No, Lindsay, it's not for views. I sure did feed my 1-year-old pizza rolls, fries, and green beans for lunch. I sure did. We got pizza. We got pizza. We got pizza. Kids don't get pizza very often, so figured I'd do a fun treat and give them some pizza. I give them some farm fresh oranges. They got a Dr. Pepper float. But they will also have a cup of water.
Alexandria Sabol, aka Donut Mom, has had a rocky reputation on TikTok for quite some time, with things reaching a boiling point only recently. From serving unhealthy meals to her children on a seemingly daily basis, seeming very unhappy with them and her lifestyle, having extremely unhygienic living conditions, along with multiple animals, to having horrific claims being made by and about her, the concern for everybody in Alex's household is at an all-time high. While she continues to grow in popularity mostly due to outrage, but also from some attempting to normalize this, people like Donut Mom should definitely not be seen as the quote-unquote gold standard for parenting or animal handling by any means. After this video, I really should take a break from talking about extremely toxic momfluencers, if you will, but I probably won't because there have been so many recently trying to normalize so many things that are just vile in my opinion, such as really horrific parenting styles and living conditions. It's turning into a trend, but it genuinely, truly needs to stop because as much as they want to normalize this, it actually isn't normal to live like this and to allow their children into environments like this. My most recent video was somewhat of an introduction to that conversation that we will be expanding upon today regarding a creator known as Donut Mom. The reason why Alex has been deemed TikTok's Donut Mom goes back to around January of 2024 when she started going viral for the breakfast she would make for her children. She would give her 3 children, her youngest being around 1 year old at the time, donuts for breakfast.
That is so fun.
So I'm not a nutritionist or a pediatrician for that matter, but even I can tell that something doesn't seem right here. First of all, the portion sizes that she gives her children are all very similar to each other despite the varying ages, and are all seemingly very large, even for the oldest child. And yes, of course, on a special occasion, things like a donut for breakfast might not be the worst thing in the world. If you're a little bit older, I mean, I don't think it's really a good idea to give a 1-year-old a donut, or even a 3, 4, or 5-year-old that type of donut that she gave them for that matter. It's very high in sugar and other not so great processed things for a very young child to consume. And not only that, I don't know, maybe this is just a personal thing, but eating sugary things on an empty stomach can just make someone feel like crap, maybe even sick. Not only that, but she seems to feed them a lot of fast food on a regular basis. People have actually made compilations of her bringing home pizzas and tons of different fast food options.
Donut Mom fast food.
This is my 6-year-old. She got nuggets, fries, and apples, and we got McDonald's for lunch. We got Wendy's. No. I'm getting you food, honey. We got Pizza Hut. We got Wendy's. We got Mexican food. We got Chinese. We got pizza. We got Chinese. We got Mexican food. We got pizza. We got pizza. We got pizza. We got pizza. We got McDonald's. We got Mexican food. We got Wendy's. Pizza. We got pizza. Yeah, we got pizza. We got Wendy's.
This is something I want to carefully touch on just really quick because every time I think of this, it reminds me of so many problems that are in the United States. We do have things like obesity issues in the United States more so than many other countries. And in many cases, even with parents, a lot of people do rely on fast food in order to survive. It's sometimes not an option for people, whether it be because it's all they can attain within a certain mile radius, or because it's all they can afford because sometimes it's cheaper than the groceries at their local supermarket. I've mentioned this before in another video and I honestly cannot remember which one it is, but I do know that I've talked about this before. There is a thing called food deserts in many cities throughout the United States. It's basically areas in certain populated locations that don't have adequate food options for the people that live there, and they rely on places like fast food joints that are much more accessible. I've done reports on this in college, which is why it's a really big thing that I find concerning. And like I mentioned, this is a really sad thing because some people genuinely can't help but to survive off of things like fast food because they don't have access to proper grocery stores, or if they do have access to them, the fast food sometimes is cheaper. Again, it depends on location. And just as an example, recently, it's gotten to a point where cereal commercials are trying to advertise themselves as dinner options because people are having harder and harder times at affording groceries.
When I say cereal, you say dinner. Cereal. Dinner. Cereal. Dinner.
Chicken. You can have the night off, chicken.
It's really bad. Now, the two biggest reasons why I say all of this is, one, I don't want anybody watching this to feel bad if they're in a circumstance like this. But two, it's so important for me to mention this. This, in my opinion, is completely unrelated to what Donut Mom is going through, despite her saying that this is her lifestyle because she can't afford it.
No, Lindsay, it's not for views. I sure did feed my 1-year-old pizza rolls, fries, and green beans for lunch. I sure did. You know why? Because I'm low income.
This is somebody who has access to groceries and has the ability to afford healthy foods, despite her claiming otherwise.
I don't have a lot of money. I get groceries when I have money, and when they run out of fresh fruit, that's what they get. When they run out of meat for me to cook, that's what they get. The stuff that's in the freezer that they haven't ate all month.
I genuinely do not believe that Donut Mom is going through the same type of troubles that I just mentioned, especially because she has a very privileged position to be making the type of content she does online, getting millions upon millions of views doing so, and making money from it.
I actually have a grocery pickup, and on my grocery pickup today, I'm going to be getting chicken nuggets. And guess what I'm going to feed her for lunch tomorrow? Chicken nuggets. Maybe with a side of fruit. Or maybe with a side of candy, because she's my kid and I'll do what I want to. Come back tomorrow.
Her videos seem to perform very well on TikTok, and people speculate how much she makes monthly, but above all else, in an interview that we'll dive deeper into later, she admits that she has a shopping addiction, and that many things that are cluttering up her house are things from like TikTok Shop and Amazon.
You got a lot of stuff in the mail. Is that like people sending it to you, or you just got like a shopping addiction?
I have like the shopping addiction, and then the other part is TikTok Shop. I get like 40 packages a week from TikTok Shop.
Of people just sending you like free stuff to promote?
Yeah.
And normally when it comes to people struggling financially, I don't like when people say, oh, well, they could get this thing or that thing, so why can't they afford this other thing? Usually it's more complicated than that. However, in this situation, she is using poverty as an excuse for why she feeds her children what she does, but then these are her grocery hauls.
Here's my giant grocery haul. So first up, we got 3 bags of cheese puffs.
Nutty Buddies, popcorn, grits, Cheez-Its, grits, Nutty Buddies, and wheat thins. We got strawberries, kiwis, and raspberries. We got cheese, bacon, more cheese, better cheddars for my girlfriend. Next, Reese's brownie mix, cream cheese, Pepito cream cheese, This is honey pecan cream cheese. Regular cream cheese. I got this 18 count of chips. This 18 count of chips. This granola mix. This box of variety cereals. Honey Bunches of Oats. Honey Bunches of Oats. Honey Nut Cheerios. Honey Bunches of Oats with almonds. Lucky Charms regular and s'mores. Bluey cereal. 2 things of peanut butter. Grape, blackberry, and strawberry jam. Bananas. Veggie rotini noodles. 2 boxes. And veggie panini noodles. 2 boxes. 2 12-packs of snacks for the kids' lunches. 6 boxes of oatmeal. Fiber One bars. Fiber One donuts. 2 things of Nature Valley granola bars. These Fiber One bars. These Fiber One bars. These Fiber One donuts. These Nature Valley bars. Roll-ups and food by Fat Measures all that. 2 things of apple juice, 2 taco kits, 2 things of macaroni noodles, 12 pack of Cheez-Its, 2 things of the veggie spaghetti noodles, fruit. These little snack things, bag of apples, more fruit, cheese, carrot. But I got my first grocery delivery and I'm so excited, so let me show you what I got. I first got 2 bags of beef veggie chips. I got 2 loaves of bread. I got 3 jars of spaghetti sauce. I got these brioche hamburger buns and these Hawaiian sweet rolls. I got this big bag of marshmallow fruity pebbles. I got this box of Special K. I got this box of Trix. And I got this box of fruit spins. I got these mini cheese balls. I got 2 boxes of Reese's Puffs. I got a pack of green beans. I got a bag of red potatoes. I got a box of Rice Krispie treats. I got each of my kids one of these snack packs. I got this box of Cookie Crisp. I got 2 bags of these Halloween Reese's. I don't care, they just taste better. I got these Halloween Oreos. I got these Halloween Go-Go Squeezes. I got these pumpkin sugar cookies. I got 3 bell peppers. I got ketchup. I got a big bag of cheese sticks. I got 2 things of zebra cakes. I got 4 things of regular Reese's and 2 things of the new Oreo Reese's because my baby daddy told me to try it. 3 of my True Fruits. I'm so excited. It's my favorite thing ever. I haven't had it in a while. So I got my chocolate covered strawberry. I got bagel bites, mozzarella sticks, fries, yogurt. I got 2 bags of frozen corn, a bag of air fried red potatoes, 2 bags of roasted red potatoes and green beans, more yogurt. All but let's get into it. First off, I got each of my kids. I got these chips, these Pringles, 2 drinks, 2 of these little peeps, spaghetti, or elbows, tortillas, ranch seasoning, or ranch, chicken broth, tomato soup, 8 bags of corn, lots of hot nuggets, buns, peppers, chips, and more chips, more candy, chip dip, bread, water packets.
Aside from groceries, she does do a lot of other hauls. There are some like Shein hauls where she tries on a bunch of outfits, and TikTok does say at the bottom that she gets commission for it, but just because you get commission for something doesn't mean you didn't pay for the items that you've gotten. So there are 2 different ways commission can actually work, and I want to clarify that this is different than being paid up front by a company to promote something. Commission is a little bit different. You get money based off of people clicking on a link that you share, and you get a portion, maybe like 20, 30, could be 50 or more % of whatever that person spends on the item that you're promoting. Now, sometimes when you do a commissioned ad, you might have to still pay for the product. Other times they will send you something for free. Alex says that sometimes TikTok will send her things for free, but we don't know if that's the same case when it comes to Amazon or Shein or Shine or however you say it, or other companies that she does hauls for. And I'm willing to bet that some companies are making her pay for her own items because she herself said that she does have a shopping addiction.
I have like a shopping addiction. Okay, all my big girls come to the front. It is fall season and it is time to get some new fall looks. And where are we going for our fall looks, ladies? Shein. Thanks to Shein Curve and Shein Curve Plus, we can look cute for fall and winter too. And the first thing I got to complete my fall look was this cute pair of jeans. I got a try on haul for you guys, so let's get into it.
I got this off the shoulder sweatshirt. I actually love it. It's the pantsuit now, so I have these leggings. They are flare leggings, so they flare at the bottom. Fueled by iced coffee and anxiety. Absolutely love it. And it is by Small Creator. I love supporting small businesses. So, and of course, the pants are still TikTok shop. The shirt, because y'all know me in Halloween, look at the little ghosty. The shirt, nope, not today. Literally my anthem. Love it. And last but not least, my new spooky jammies that match my spooky slippers.
So, as you can see behind me, I ordered a lot of stuff. I ordered stuff for Prime Day, and I just ordered other stuff. So, I will tell you guys which is which, but I have more packages coming, more days. So this is just day 1 of packages. Hey, what's up you guys? It's Alex, and I went shopping today. I got paid today. So I went a little bit overboard for the entire family. So I wanted to show you guys what I got because I know you guys love my hauls. What's up you guys? It's Alex, and this is part 3 of the Walmart haul. The first part was recorded yesterday, and then part 2 and 3 were recorded today. So we got a lot of stuff, so I'm just going to get right back into the haul.
I honestly do not believe her when she says that the reason why she feeds her children what she feeds them is because she is not able to afford it. It really bothers me, as I mentioned in my previous video, that some of these TikTokers are trying to use poverty as an excuse to live unhygienic, unhealthy lives when you have the privilege of making content online and receiving a fair income from it. And you are clearly showing that you are receiving that with all of these other things going on in the background. background. I digress. She labels herself as a lazy mom. She's calling these lazy meals, by the way, not budget meals or a mom struggling to afford to feed her kids. She's outright admitting it. She's also gaining a larger and larger following on TikTok for creating this type of content, while again denying that she's doing this for any type of gain on TikTok in the same clip that we had just gone over.
No, Lindsay, it's not for views. I sure did feed my 1-year-old pizza rolls, fries, and green beans for lunch.
I truly do not believe her at this point. I'm sorry.
Because I'm low income. I don't have a lot of money.
So when they don't have money, her kids get whatever is left over in the freezer, yet she could set the stove with her fresh set of acrylic nails. Again, I'm all for treating yourself. I don't think that should be held against somebody in any other circumstance, but you cannot sit there and say that you cannot afford to give your children a proper meal and then show off your nails. Self-care is important, but it's not more important than feeding your children.
I get groceries when I have money, and when they run out of fresh fruit, that's what they get. When they run out of meat for me to cook, that's what they get. The stuff that's in the freezer that they haven't ate all month.
She gains hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views with every new lazy mom cooking video or fast food video. Her most popular video on TikTok has over 90 million views. Her second most popular, 22 million, and so on. I'm not trying to be that guy, but if she's gaining that much viewership on her TikToks, I can't imagine how much money she's actually making through this creator fund program. Another reason why I believe she's making a substantial income off of TikTok is because it would give her a very good incentive to continue living like this, because recording herself living like this are what get her the most views on her TikTok page. Some have speculated on the health and wellness of her children due to rumors and seeing alleged swollen hands in the background. I cannot tell you for sure, as I am not a doctor, but at the very least it is concerning that she's feeding them this type of food daily, especially again for how young they are and these portion sizes. Again, this doesn't appear to be an occasional thing. That would be an entirely different story if it was. It seems like this is something that happens on a daily or near daily basis. There's even more to be speculated regarding Alex, however. We need to get into a bit of a backstory to further understand why things seem worse now than ever before. Alex has 2 children with a man named Taylor. We will dive into him more later, as he also seems to be a very horrific person in my opinion. But for now, what you need to know is that Alex and Taylor split up for a few years, and Alex got involved with another man who she had a 3rd child with. She ended up in a throuple with this man and another woman for a period of time. Eventually they split up. As far as I know, the man and the woman in this throuple are still together, but Alex is not a part of that, and Alex was once again a single mom until Taylor came back into the picture. They are together again at the point of recording this video, and she appears to be very unhappy in her videos, more so than before. She does this thing where she starts off a lot of her videos by throwing her kids' plates at the camera, and she has nothing other than this really miserable expression on her face in a majority of those videos.
Your box.
Her meals seem to be more unhealthy than ever, and the fast food seems to be more frequent as well. People have speculated that this might be due to her possibly having negative feelings towards her then ex, but now current boyfriend Taylor. But even if this is the case, her kids don't deserve to be in the middle of that tension or treated poorly or being fed slop more days than not throughout the week. And yeah, I do think that feeding them meals like this, if you can even call it that, to me it kind of looks like slop in some of the videos, does count as treating them poorly. But there's even worse that we're going to get into in a moment. Another reason why I believe that she seems more unhappy than ever is because, one, this TikTok posted on October 29th, 2025 had a caption of, "I can't believe I used to be this happy. It's like I'm looking at a stranger." I mean, that's pretty on the nose. I think we can end the discussion here, but just in case that's not enough, here's another example. Back in August of 2025, she went to New York City for Fashion Week and she was featured in a fashion show. She seemed excited, from making Pack for New York videos to showing off her walk on the runway, where she was in a very pretty gown and had her makeup done, and she looked happy. And honestly, who wouldn't be happy when they're feeling pretty and having such a fun opportunity? The thing is, though, when she returned home, her mood seemed to have dropped. She didn't appear refreshed or recharged, and she no longer seemed to have the glow that she had when she was in New York. She seemed the same as she was before she left, and would often post reminiscent videos throughout the months of her New York City trip. I know this is going to sound harsh, but I need to be honest about this. From a viewer's perspective, it really does not feel like she likes being around her kids that much. In many of her videos, it feels like she's treating them like they are a burden to her.
You know, like, I
Kids want to
genuinely
know why the
not
bunnies
taking
deserve
care
better.
of them.
Go! My daughter put stickers on my face and my arms.
Yeah.
My daughter put stickers on my face and my arms.
And this is where the harsh part comes in. Not everybody is better off having kids. Some people are genuinely unhappy around children and just honestly don't make great parents. That's not something everybody likes to hear. There are some people that are so passionate about parenthood and having a family, and that's wonderful. But some people just aren't great parents. If you don't want to have children, in my opinion, that's totally fine. You don't have to have children. But if you do have them, please understand that they deserve kindness, respect, and to be treated anything other than a burden for existing, because you were the one that made the choice to have them. Especially when you choose to get back with your ex, who seems to have some severe issues. At least from everything I've seen. Also, yes, I am aware that some people are in very unfortunate and complicated situations where they actually don't have a choice in having a child. Maybe they found out after a certain amount of time. There are different laws. A lot of things can play into a factor of that. I'm talking about Donut Mom specifically. And if you want to extend that to anybody like Donut Mom. With that being said, I know I've discussed some of Donut Mom's unhygienic living conditions in my previous video, but I want to dive a little bit deeper into that right now, as it does play another concerning role into this entire situation. But first, really quick, did you know that in the year of 2021, the National Safety Council reported that over 36,000 car accidents would happen every single day? In many cases, those who have gotten in accidents would have to stress over dealing with the cost of treatments for their injuries. But this is where Morgan & Morgan could step in and make things easier for you if you decide to become their client. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm with over 1,000 attorneys across all 50 states. And when dealing with cases, Morgan & Morgan doesn't settle for lowball offers. In fact, Morgan & Morgan has achieved significant verdicts for victims with life-altering injuries. This includes over $12 million in Florida, which is 34 times the highest insurance offer, and $26 million in Philly, which is 40 times the highest insurance offer. The best part, you don't have to pay unless you win your case. You heard that correctly. You don't have to worry about any upfront charges. If you've ever gotten seriously hurt, your injuries could be worth millions. And you're just a few easy clicks away from potentially changing your life. You can start your claim now with Morgan & Morgan at forthepeople.com/Mimi, or you can check my link in the description below. Thank you so much to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring another video on this channel, and with that being said, let's get back into today's topic. A few weeks ago, Alex was exposed for many things after doing a live interview with a creator known as Mariah Monet. We've gone over this a bit in my previous video, but I really want to expand on things here. Mariah Monet runs a mama drama group on Facebook with over 300,000 members. Also, I have a random question. It's unrelated to Donut Mom. It has to do with this Facebook page. So, If you go to the Facebook page, the first thing you're going to see is a bunch of rules before you can even join it if you decide to. What the hell happened that rule number 10 exists? Do not give your kids to random women in here. Please do not give your children to random women in this group. You do not know who is on the other end of the phone, so please refrain from offering to give your child to random women in here. People also refrain from meeting up with women you don't know and taking their child. What? Did something happen for this to be written in the list of rules? All of the other rules seem to be pretty generic. Number 10, the last rule, seems so specific. Anyway, that has nothing to do with anything else. It just is something that I cannot get out of my head ever since reading that. Apparently, Alex was in this group and had gotten in an argument with somebody in some comments who eventually found out that this was Donut Mom, so Mariah wanted an interview with her.
Also, I just want to explain how the interview came to be. I have a really popular group on Facebook called Mama Drama, and I would say it's like the most interactive #1 mom group on Facebook right now. And I think the name speaks for itself. Obviously, it's really messy. Anyways, Alex has been a member of my Facebook group apparently for years before she even popped off on TikTok. And she was arguing with another member when they realized, wait, isn't that Donut Mom from TikTok? And if you're in my group, you know I'm always offering stages in my Discord or live shows about some drama. And since everybody was arguing with her, I was like, hey, do you want to come on my stage and do a live show? Because it seems like everybody, you know, wants to know what you got going on, blah, blah, blah.
Alex obliged and made this video on her TikTok.
So I just got out of some drama, and I'm being reeled right back into some. So I've been in this group, Mama Drama, for like over 2 years now, ran by Mariah Monet. And they just realized I was in there. And Mariah wants to do an interview with me. And all of the girls were saying she won't do it. She's going to leave the group. You know, whatever. But y'all know I'm not scared of anything. They can give me their best shot. I get dragged every single day on TikTok and Facebook. They can't say no worse to me than y'all have. They think I'm too scared to do the interview? Absolutely not. I know a lot of women are scared of Mama Drama and don't want to get involved because the women can be so brutal on there. Bring it on. I'm not scared of y'all. I'm not scared of nobody. I know who I am. I know the type of mother that I am. And I'm a damn good mother. So give me your best shot. And if y'all want to watch the interview, let me know. I think it'll be a good one. Maybe y'all could join. Ask me some questions you've always wanted to ask. Make some comments you've always wanted to comment. I mean, one thing you can't say about me, I don't hide like y'all do. Y'all sit and hide behind computer screens and phone screens. I'm getting up to talk about it.
On the actual day she was supposed to do this interview, however, she ended up being sick, so they rescheduled for a week later, and she made this follow-up TikTok to share with her audience.
Alright, y'all. I got a bit of a cold. I have to reschedule the Mama Drama interview to next week. Don't be up in my comments telling me I'm scared of y'all or nothing. The girl is sick, okay? I can't control when I get sick. I was sick yesterday, and I'm even worse today. Anyone that was on my live yesterday knows that I'm sick. So don't be up in my comments saying I'm scared of y'all. I'm still not scared of y'all. I'm just sick, okay? So, we rescheduled it next week. So next Thursday, so not today, but next Thursday, I'm going to be going TikTok live and giving a small house tour. And I'll be cooking on live.
Now, the reason why this is important to mention is because, yes, she was sick during the time of making this TikTok, but this gave her an extra week to make sure that things were good to go for this live interview. Because during this interview, she planned to do a house tour. So you'd think she'd try to just straighten the place up a little bit, right? No, it looked absolutely horrendous.
Okay.
This is my living room.
Okay. This is your authentic living room.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Her excuse was that she didn't want it to seem like she put extra effort into cleaning, I guess to make it inauthentic.
Yep, I didn't clean it all today. I wanted you to see what it looks like on a daily basis.
Yeah, no. Can we get a little close up? See, I just want to see, you know, what's hanging around. Okay. Lots of, is those Amazon packages and toys?
Yep. Toys, packages. My couch has kind of become the catch-all most of the time.
Which is really interesting because she made a previous video confidently stating that her house was clean and filth-free, showing off her house, calling anything on the floor clutter, and denying any accusations of bugs, feces, filth, or anything of the sort.
I keep saying my house is filthy because of a video someone edited about me. Because of a hate page that made videos about me. My house is normal, and I will show it to you. This is my living room. A normal mess. I have dog toys and kids stuff right there. My kitchen. Clutter. That's it. Clutter. No, I don't have maggots. These are all clean dishes. These are the dirty dishes. Those are all clean dishes. These are all clean dishes. Clutter, not filth. Clutter. Look, my stove's clean. Clutter. Clutter. In my room, with my bunnies that you guys all complain about, and yes, they do poop on the floor, and yes, it gets cleaned up every single day. But I have a normal mess.
Her house might not be super clean in this video, but there is a stark contrast between that and the state of her house when she shows it off in this live interview. There's nasty bath water, bugs around her bathroom, rabbit feces on the ground, and so much more. Now, 2 interviews had taken place, separated by 1 day, and we're going to take a look at the first interview that involved this house tour.
All right. How many days worth of dishes is that?
2.
2 days. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Pots and pans and stuff. Now, nobody in the house helps you? Like, if they see there's a bunch of dishes, no one offers to do them?
No, not really. My boyfriend will, every once in a while, load the dishwasher, but most of the time it's me. I cleaned it the other day, but it spilled over when I was boiling the noodles the other day, so.
Okay, so it caused, that. Okay. All right.
Usually it's actually worse than this. Oh, I'm spilling water. So.
Oh, you said usually it's worse than that?
Yeah, usually it's worse. Yeah, the bunnies are in here too, except for
Wait,
one of them.
the bunnies are in your room? Like, are they in a cage or they're chilling in your room?
2 are in a cage and the rest just chill in the room.
Can I see the bunnies?
Yeah. Are they under the bed, Jace?
Wait, this is your room where you sleep?
Yeah.
And that's your bureau. And so the bunnies are in the room where you sleep. And well, obviously they're not trained because they poop everywhere. Okay, so this is the room and the bunnies.
They do have litter boxes, but unfortunately we're still working on it.
In my previous video, for some reason I thought she only had 3 rabbits, but apparently she has 7 as she claims in this video, as well as a dog. She lives in a house like this and can't keep up with it or take care of her kids properly, but we're supposed to believe that she's taking proper care of 7 rabbits and a dog. There's rabbit poo all over her bedroom floor, and she claims that they're working on being litter trained, but even in this video, you can actually see that their litter pans in the background are full of poop on top of their hay. Worst of all is her bathroom. This is the part that has made a lot of people's blood boil.
There's a bathroom.
Okay. I was expecting worse. Oh, you look at you got even a little jacuzzi tub. Okay.
Yep. And then my daughter's potty chair. We're potty training them right now.
Okay.
So.
Can I get a close up on the sink?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's not the worst bathroom.
And then this one has a bunny jug from filling up their waters. And a bug.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the toilet's right over there.
Yep.
It's a toilet.
Yeah.
What really gets me about this clip is that it seems like she's actually trying to avoid getting a good glimpse of the bathtub while she's in the bathroom. It seems like it's glossed over really quick. You can't even really see the water when she first walks in. And while she's in the bathroom, she's giving really short answers, and then she turns away from the bathtub.
Okay. Do you have a lot of guests who come over?
No.
Okay.
What?
And usually she doesn't want her children to be involved in her TikToks or even this live stream, as multiple times she has expressed genuine annoyance from her children.
Good job, baby. Oh my gosh. Wait, did you remember my shower? My daughter made this.
Let me see. Oh, that's so
Hold
cute.
pen.
You like it?
I do, sweetheart. That is so cute. You're very talented. Keep making stuff.
But suddenly, she's rushing to her child in this particular instance because he wants her to show off one of the rabbits that weren't seen on camera previously.
Oh, my son wants to show you the other bunny.
Okay. You can do. I'll see the bunny.
Benji. This is Benji. He's also big.
Hi, Bunny. I wish if rabbits could talk, I would interview him.
We started with 3, and now we have 7.
Oh, wait, you have 7 bunnies?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That could have been a coincidence, but it's just a little odd to me. And also, I personally believe that the only reason we got a good look at that bathtub is because somebody in the comments during this live stream had requested that she go back and film it, as well as a close-up of the toilet and the standing shower.
The audience wants to see your tub. Can we see the tub? I'm sorry. I know you just left the bathroom.
When Mariah asks her to go back into the bathroom, she is silent, she doesn't say anything, and just quietly walks back in.
Can we see the tub? I'm sorry. I know you just left the bathroom. Oh, wow. So, okay. It's looking kind of swampy, girl. I'm not going to lie. When's the last time the water was taken out of there?
This was actually just last night. I just didn't dump it.
Okay. Can I ask why you didn't dump it, or did it just stress you out to like dump it?
It drains really slow.
Okay.
So I just sometimes don't the day of.
Okay. All right.
I've gone over this clip in my previous video, but I want to reiterate that I truly do not believe that this water is only a day old. And not only that, but the fact that this water is such a murky brown color and that there's flies on the tub as well as near the toilet, it shows to me that there's likely a lot of bacteria in there. If you want to know more, just Google still or stagnant water. It is disgusting and can be very hazardous. Not only that, I cannot and do not want to imagine what that bathroom smells like with that water in there. You're telling me you can't just reach your hand in and unplug the drain? There is no excuse for this.
See the Barbie, it looks like Barbie's having a good old time right there with Spider-Man, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
She also shows off her toilet and shower, both of which are also pretty grimy, especially the toilet.
I clean the toilet pretty frequently, so.
Do you ever clean the side, like right there where all that?
This side's harder to get to because it's like very narrow.
Okay.
So I clean that one about once a month, but I clean this side every time I clean the toilet.
So you clean the sides of the toilet once a month?
No, just this side.
Just that one side? Yeah, I definitely can tell it's once a month. Okay. All right. There's a ring around the toilet as well.
You're telling me you can't reach in there with a mop and try to get that grime out? It just sits there like that because I guess you can't reach behind it on your hands and knees with a sponge? There are many other methods, and again, no excuse for this.
Now, is your man like, is he like a bigger man? It's like he can't bend down and like maybe try to help you clean the grime, or he's just cool with it?
I don't even think he notices the side of the toilet, to be honest.
As I've mentioned, I've gone through this section of the live stream in my previous video when I was talking about how people are trying to normalize filthy homes and parenting in structures like this. People have pointed out on TikTok that there have been clips of things that looked like they were crawling on her forks and silverware, and it seemed that it could possibly be maggots, or something that looks like maggots. Yet she denied anything of the such in previous videos. But as I've mentioned in my previous video about filthy living conditions, when it comes to Donut Mom, there is a lot more to dive into, and that leads us to our next concerning issue. Speaking of poor home conditions, I've mentioned this in my previous video about unhygienic TikTokers, including Donut Mom, that have tried normalizing basically uninhabitable conditions. This is a clip that was shown in that video, but I want to show it again in case anybody has missed it, and I also want to add captions to it because some people weren't able to understand what was being said because I had changed the pitch of the child's voice to, one, protect their privacy, and two, because it's kind of an upsetting clip to hear.
When did I say you could sleep in the living room?
It's all in my room. I'm always trying in my room. I'm sleeping in it.
I didn't say you could sleep in the living room. Okay. She's not outing me. She has her own bedroom. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
It's all in my room. That's it.
You don't have to sleep in here.
You won't let me sleep in there.
And where? Sleep in where?
In your room.
No, you're not sleeping in my room.
I know. You don't let me.
No, I don't.
This is them being very upset because they claim that their room is too hot and Alex, Donut Mom, won't let them sleep out in the living room where it seems to be cooler. She also, in my opinion, does not seem to care and has that, again, attitude like she's being burdened by her children, who, to remind you, she is responsible for, she is their parent. During this first live interview, an incident occurred where Alex's child accused her of slapping them.
Smack me in my face.
Don't even. Do not come up here and lie about that. That's not even funny. It's not a funny joke. You don't lie about stuff like that.
Nah, he said that as soon as the cameras started rolling. Man, kids say the darndest thing. He really gonna say you slapped him in his face?
Again, I shared this in my previous video as well, but I want to dive a little bit deeper. So Donut Mom is streaming with Mariah, then one of her children claims that Alex slapped her. Immediately, Alex accused the child of lying and got extremely upset.
Yeah, that's my 6-year-old. She has a lying thing she's been doing recently. And she even admitted it was a joke. I cannot believe she just said that.
Yeah, I couldn't believe she said that either, girl. I was like, oh.
I have never smacked her in her face.
Yeah. I mean, what made her say that? Because she kind of said, like, what are you going to do, smack me in the face like you always do? Is that what she said?
No, she said, what did you say? I know you lied. Don't tell people I smack you in the face. That's not even funny. You tell people that at school, too?
So she sound like she's saying she tell people at school you slap her in the face?
Apparently.
To be very charitable towards Donut Mom, even if she didn't lay her hand on her child, this is something that would obviously look horrible on camera, especially for somebody like her who's already receiving a lot of criticism, and she is online enough to be clearly aware of the repercussions that a statement like this could have. I could honestly understand being embarrassed or worried, even if this wasn't true, due to the nature of the internet and how things can spread.
And now, literally everybody is probably, has that screen recorded because they didn't do that with my 6-year-old.
That being said, however, Alex really doesn't have my benefit of the doubt with this one due to how we've already seen her treat her children. And some information that we'll get into later regarding Taylor, as well as Alex admitting that she would quote-unquote pop her kids from time to time after attempting 2 years of gentle parenting, it leaves me questioning this response here. The only thing she denied was ever slapping their faces.
I believe your daughter. I believe her when she said that you slapped her, and then the second time when she said you do slap me. So my question to you, right, is are you going to sit on the stage and tell me again that your daughter was lying in the live last night?
Yes, I am. I have never hit her in her face.
Have you hit her at all?
I have popped her hand. I have popped her butt. I have never hit her in her face.
So you've given her a spanking and you have hit her hand?
Yes.
As I was not there, I cannot say with certainty what did or did not happen. However, what I can say is that Alex really does not have my benefit of the doubt in this situation with the information that we currently have. At this point, I do believe what her child has said here, especially after this reaction and Alex suddenly trying to expose her child for being a alleged pathological liar, I guess. Mind you, this is to an audience of thousands of people.
You feel like she just liked to put on the show once the cameras started rolling. She like, oh, let me just put on a show. She just like to do that.
No, she always lies. She's one strike away from in-school suspension and school for lying to her teachers.
Even if this child does have some lying issues, that would not make me trust Alex over them, because as we've seen, it seems that Alex has some lying issues herself. Again, at least in my opinion, you are not convincing me that this bathtub, the water in it, is only a day old. I'm sorry, I do not believe that, among many other things. This was in the second interview with Mariah where Alex was asked a bunch of questions. Now, this interview itself was more controversial because most of this was placed behind a paywall and the public does not have access to the full interview, which apparently is around 4 hours long. There are only a few clips to be seen publicly, at least on her own TikTok page. This is one of the few clips that have been made public from that interview. We also do have a few more clips from that interview involving Alex's boyfriend, Taylor.
I believe your daughter. I believe her when she said that you slapped her, and then the second time when she said you do slap me.
As you can see in this interview, Mariah herself even says that she believes the child over Alex, and honestly, at this point, with the information we publicly have, I do as well. As we've gone over, Alex herself has admitted to popping her children before, and Mariah asks some pretty important questions, such as how can you teach your child not to hurt others if you're laying your hands on her yourself?
Do you honestly think that you can teach a child not to hit someone by hitting them?
No.
With that being said, I want to get into the issue regarding Alex's boyfriend and previously ex-boyfriend, Taylor. At some point in the second interview, Alex goes into some intense accusations regarding her boyfriend Taylor. Some of these accusations were posted onto Mariah Monet's TikTok page and were publicly available. But before we get into those, for some backstory, this man seems very unhinged from what has already been described of him over the past few months. For one, he has allegedly been known to roam around the house while being armed for some reason, which, I don't know, that kind of seems hazardous and unsafe, but that's just my opinion. He also at one point had a public TikTok and would make comments about discipline. There was an especially disgusting incident, however, that Alex explains here.
Okay, so Taylor is your current boyfriend.
Yes.
Okay. So what is this situation with outside of some door?
So, me, James, and Dana were in the bedroom one night and...
Okay, James and Dana. Okay, Taylor is the one who you're with now, who was in front of the door, and Dana and the other dude, that was the throuple people, correct?
Oh, yeah, I didn't mean to say their name. Oops. Sorry.
Sorry,
if you
we don't
know,
got
I'm
last
sorry.
name. It's not that deep.
This is apparently not a new situation to the internet, but this is more detailed than previously explained. Over the summer, an audio clip circulated online of Alex sharing this same story in what seemed to be a private message. For some unfathomable reason, this man decided to do the nasty right in front of Alex's bedroom door while she was still in a throuple with two other people at the time. What's obviously concerning about this is that this was a space in their house which wasn't necessarily private, as it was outside of a door. If it's outside of a door, I'm assuming that this is somewhere in the house that is accessible for the main family, I guess. In other words, if one of their children happened to wake up, because apparently this was later at night, maybe if they were to get up and want a glass of water or something from the kitchen, they could have walked out and seen him doing this. But Alex denies any possibility that the kids could have seen this or could have been exposed to this in any way in a previous audio clip.
Okay, so, no, that's not true 100%. Taylor did in front of our bedroom door. But there was no way the kids could have seen it because they were all asleep. This was at like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. Was it 1 o'clock in the morning? And so, no, the kids could not have seen it.
Now in this new clip, it seems like he got his stuff all over the carpet and just left it there, allegedly. And according to Alex, apparently somebody stepped in it.
So you're in the room with the Thropples and Taylor's outside the door?
Yes, we didn't know he was outside the door, until we went, my ex went to step outside of the door and stepped in a pile of...
Whoa. Okay.
A pile of it. What does she mean by a pile? Somehow Alex shares even more concerning information though. In another clip from Mariah's interview, Donut Mom claims that her ex-boyfriend, and again now current boyfriend Taylor, allegedly accused her and reported her for doing despicable things to her daughter. Things that Alex herself denies doing. I'm not going to go into graphic detail about what Alex has been accused of by her current and also simultaneously ex-boyfriend, Taylor. I'm only going to play a brief clip of this, but I will say this resulted in one of their children getting a very invasive test done.
Girl, this man accused you of your daughter to be petty and you are with him now?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you really need therapy very bad.
Again, I'll link that full clip in the description below, but Mariah asks Alex in this clip here, how could she possibly forgive Taylor for what he had said about her in this situation, let alone reconnect with him after he had made such a horrible accusation against her?
Can you forgive someone for accusing you of... Like, what goes through your mind after that? Like, I need to know when this happened, what was going through your mind, and how do you get to the level of forgiving him to be with him again? Because that's such a serious accusation.
This is what she had to say.
Oh, he apologized.
Girl, he said, I'm sorry?
Yeah.
And that was it? That's all it took?
I mean,
yeah, you guys are back together.
All it took for her to go back to him is saying, I'm sorry. Even if this is a total lie, especially after the other incident, why would you let this man around your children at all? This is depraved at best, but hypothetically at worst, something much more sinister could be going on.
They found absolutely zero proof that I had ever done anything like that because I never have and never would. And I actually didn't forgive him for a long time. I wouldn't even talk to him unless it was about the kids because I said, you should know better than that to ever accuse me of something. And for a while there, I actually thought maybe he was doing something because, you know, if you accuse someone of something, most of the time you're doing it. But I mean, they tested her, so obviously she had never been from either side, so.
They tested her, so obviously she wasn't by either side. Why is she talking about this like she wasn't directly involved in this accusation? I have a lot of questions about this particular part, but this is where I'm going to leave that for now. I know a CPS investigation has allegedly already happened, but I genuinely hope that some sort of authority is keeping their eyes on both of these people because this is greatly concerning, and I genuinely hope that this has gotten or will get a very thorough investigation. As of right now, this is where things stand with Donut Mom. She's back in a relationship with this very unhinged man who, in my opinion, should not be near those children. Whether or not she should be near the children either is up for debate, but I don't think that she is actually capable of caring for them the way that they should be cared for. I genuinely think that more investigating should happen from some sort of authority or social services, but that's just my opinion. Her house seems to be extraordinarily unhygienic, even hazardous, not just to her animals and children, but also herself, even her boyfriend. Anybody living in this house could deal with health issues due to the conditions of it. The meals that she prepares or gets for her family on a seemingly regular basis are wildly unhealthy, especially for young children. If the only people in this household were two grown adults with no animals, no children, and could take care of themselves properly, I do not care what they would decide to eat or live in or whatever, as long as they're not causing harm to people. But they have children and animals that are dependent on them. Alex's animals, her rabbits, seem very unkept. She leaves her bathtub filled with disgusting, filthy bath water to the point where flies were around in the bathroom. She seemingly has bugs crawling on her dishes, at least at certain points in some of her TikTok videos. People have even suspected that they could be maggots crawling on some of their silverware, which is seemingly more possible knowing that there's flies in the house. I'm sorry, but based off of everything that is accessible publicly, everything that she has posted online, everything that has come out regarding Alexandria Sabol, I personally do not think she's giving her children the proper care that they need. She does have some followers that think she's doing a good job and would likely disagree with that, but I really do not think that she is giving them what they need to have a sustainable and healthy life. Having a lazy day here and there should definitely not be seen as a bad thing for anybody, but constantly trying to normalize being a lazy mom in the way that she has been and has shown herself to be, that's not lazy, that's just bad parenting. You're not just having a once in a while lazy day, you're incapable of taking care of those who need you to take care of them. There is nothing normal about this type of living situation, and I am so tired of seeing people pretend that there is. Also, I forgot to mention this earlier, but calling this type of behavior out isn't mom shaming or parent shaming. What it's shaming is neglect, among many other issues. The few that support her on her social media are constantly saying the same thing in her comments. They are being fed, they have clothes and a roof over their heads, you're doing great. No, she's doing the absolute bare minimum that she is legally required to do, and anytime she is seen doing anything above that, she makes it seem like a huge burden to her children. Again, this should not be normalized, but it is common, unfortunately. There are most likely many, many other types of donut moms out there that just aren't on TikTok or a public figure like she is. But regardless of how many people out there might be like this is not normal. Living like this with children and animals that depend on you is not okay. This should not be treated like it is a normal thing for people to do. To reiterate from my previous video, there is a big difference between living in a messy or cluttered home versus living in absolute filth. There's also a difference between having a lazy day or even for anybody going through something where they need a while to recharge before they can get back into the groove of things. There's a difference between that versus being blatantly neglectful, especially as a parent. And somebody like Donut Mom has been doing this for years. Thank you so much if you made it all the way to the end of this video. I know this one was probably a harder one to get through. This has made my stomach churn, and I've been wanting to talk about this person for a little bit now, especially after posting my most recent video. I feel like I can go even deeper regarding this story, but for now, this is where we're gonna have it. And before I go, I just want to say that I hope you all have had a wonderful November and are having a great start to the holiday season. With that being said, I will see you in a video very, very soon. Thank you so much to everybody supporting me over on Patreon and through YouTube memberships. I greatly appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video.